guys. So, to become an Avenger, are there like trials or an interview?
Do me a favor. Can't you just be a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man? Just stay close to the ground.
You're the Spider-Man from YouTube.
Hey everyone, it's Tom Holland here. I am your new Spider-Man in the new Spider-Man Homecoming movie. I just want to let you in on a little secret. On May 6th, there will be a free giveaway of loads of different comics at your local comic book store. Make sure you find out the local participating stores. Make sure you grab a copy of the new Spectacular Spider-Man, and also make sure that you check out Spider-Man Homecoming in theaters July 7th. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Hey everybody, so if you're wondering why they're using Spider-Man Homecoming to promote Free Comic Book Day, it's because there's a brand new spectacular Spider-Man comic book that's launching. They have a special Secret Empire comic book that everyone is freaking out about, and a lot of you have been asking me about Marvel Legacy and the big Marvel Rebirth that's going to be happening later this year. So I'll explain everything starting with the new Spider-Man stuff, but there is a Spider-Man giveaway happening. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber, leave a comment on this video. It's for the action figures, not for the comics. That's how they really get you. Comics might cost $3.99, $4.99. The toys are what really get you. So the Spider-Man of Spider-Man Homecoming is the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man as described by Tony Stark. Hey, why don't you be a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man? Don't worry about being an Avenger right now. Well, they're actually debuting a new spectacular Spider-Man comic book where he is going to be more of a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Now, if you haven't been reading the Spider-Man comics, just quick explainer. He's actually much older in the comics. The Amazing Spider-Man comic book is the main title. He's actually taken over the Fantastic Four's Baxter building. There was a really funny Doctor Doom moment in last week's comic book where he got super upset by this. So Spider-Man in the comics right now is more of a Tony Stark type character. He's a billionaire. He has a company called Parker Industries. So he is so far from the Spider-Man that you're going to be seeing in Spider-Man Homecoming, and the character is starting to fall apart and lose his way, so he's getting back to his roots by becoming a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, and it's going to be a more intimate story where he's not globe-trotting all over the world with big billion-dollar adventures. It's going to feel more like the Spider-Man that you're going to see in Spider-Man Homecoming, the Tom Holland version of the character. And the issue is actually inside the Secret Empire Free Comic Book Day comic. So if you didn't know, Free Comic Book Day is a day where they give away, surprise, surprise, free comic books. You have to go to that Free Comic Book Day website to check the locator to find a shop near you that's actually participating where you can get these free comics. But the real reason that people are freaking out, and Nick Spencer actually tweeted about this at the last big comic book convention in Chicago, where he was chuckling a little bit because somebody got to look at the Secret Empire Free Comic Book Day comic, and the last page was a huge spoiler, but it made the grown man that was reading it scream out loud. So it's a big spoiler, so I'll say spoiler warning for the end of the Free Comic Book Day Secret Empire story. So I'll explain why everyone is so upset and how this ties in with what's going on with the larger problems at Marvel and what Marvel Legacy is going to do about that, or hopefully do about that. So the reason that grown man screamed is because the Hydra Captain America was able to wield Thor's hammer, meaning that whatever the twist is behind Hydra Captain America, he's deemed worthy by Mjolnir. So everyone's like, wait a minute, why is Hydra Captain America, who is the worst character in the Marvel Universe right now, he did a complete takeover of the world, why is he worthy of holding Thor's hammer? Because even though he's not a Nazi, he's kind of like a Nazi. So it's really upsetting and really confusing because he seems like the character that is least worthy of wielding Mjolnir, because it's almost like saying that he's good for bringing Hydra back. And even though there's this big complicated explanation for what this version of Hydra is versus the Red Skull's version of Hydra, they're trying to explain it as Hydra being this ancient order, which they kind of did on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., something that predated the Nazis and was hijacked by them. But at the end of the day, they still kind of come off like Nazis. So if you want to find out WTF is going on with this big twist, the only way to get this comic book is to actually go to a comic book shop during Free Comic Book Day. The Marvel Legacy stuff that everybody's talking about is completely separate. So there's this big thing that's happened the last year with Marvel's all new, all different, in the fact that it's got like 1 billion different titles for each character that sort of diluted their sales, in virtually all the legacy characters like Steve Rogers Captain America, Tony Stark Iron Man, are not in their main comic books, so everybody's really upset at Marvel for a bunch of different reasons. So there's this Marvel Generations event that's leading into Marvel Legacy, whereas the name implies you have the young, all new, all different characters meeting up with the older Legacy characters, and then Marvel Legacy is like the official bringing back of one really big character, which I have a pretty good idea about, but Marvel Legacy is them just bringing back Tony Stark Iron Man, bringing back Wolverine, bringing back the main versions of the characters to their main comic books. So the idea is that will course correct without them getting rid of all the new characters that they introduced. So part of the idea is that they feel like everybody is really upset and not buying Marvel comics because they're so different and they change things so quickly. So they're bringing back most of the old stuff that they change, but it's basically like their version of Rebirth, but it's not quite as drastic as that. But a lot of people feel like that's what it's going to take to fix Marvel Comics, but it's part of a much larger issue with Marvel diluting its sales by releasing too many versions of a different character in comic books each month. So if there are 4 different Spider-Man titles each month or 4 different Avengers titles, then fewer people are going to buy that one main Avengers comic book or main Spider-Man comic book. So really more than anything, that's hurting their sales because there are so many comic books that Marvel's pushing out each month. Part of the thing that DC has going for it right now is that like the Flash is a really big character, the comic book is selling really well, but how many Flash comic books are there each month? There's one Flash comic book. So if you're a Flash fan, you only have to buy one comic book. You don't have to buy 4 comic books. So they're not diluting their sales quite as much as Marvel is. And the thing about that is that there actually is a big Flash comic book, the Batman crossover. I'll be doing a video for that later today because it is crazy. It was an amazing comic book. So if you guys do want me to do specific comic book videos, just leave all your requests in the comments below. But hopefully that explains a little bit about what's going on with Marvel Legacy. And the really big character that they're bringing back that they say is going to break the internet, I think is the main version of Reed Richards, and they'll bring the Fantastic Four back as a family because right now the Fantastic Four don't exist. Ben Grimm is part of the comics and there's a version of Reed Richards, but I don't think it's the main version. Sue Richards, the rest of the family isn't around, so I think they're going to bring them back because they say they're bringing a big Marvel mainstay back. So leave all your theories in the comments below. Who is the big character that Marvel Comics is bringing back that's supposed to break the internet? Whether or not it actually breaks the internet remains to be seen. So I'll say congratulations to the latest giveaway winner, Conwoo76. You win the Spider-Man action figures from my last video. Please private message me so I can get your contact details. There'll also be a new Flash giveaway when I post that Flash Batman video in a couple hours later today. While you wait for that, you can click here for that Avengers Infinity War Part 2 teaser where we learn a little bit about what's going on with the 4th Avengers film, and you can click here for another brand new Spider-Man Homecoming promo. Thank you so much for watching. Let's high five. I'll see you guys in the next video.